Any money where I get, I dey flex, I dey ball, the vest, I dey shop.
Put your finger down if you
Patek,
bought fuel recently but never thought the fuel attendant cheated. Put a finger down if you'd never searched your tank to see if perhaps it has holes in it because the fuel keeps going down and you can't explain it. Now put a finger down you've never thought about buying a horse because it runs on carrots. Now my name is Shikanik and here are 5 tips to help you save on fuel expenses. Let's get into it. So tip 1, buy fuel early in the morning or later in the evening. At high temperatures, your petrol or your diesel thins out, thereby losing its burning property. So what this happens is now your engine needs to pump in a lot more of the fuel to be able to burn and get you that same power into your crankshaft and get the car to move. So remember, always buy your fuel early in the morning when it's cool or late in the night when it's cool. And that brings us to tip number 2. Do not buy your fuel when you see that the discharge tanker is on site. And I'll explain. I know it tastes so good when you buy your bread fresh from the oven, but viewers, this oven, when the bread is fresh, is toxic for your cars. Now, let me explain. The moment they get to the discharge point, there's a lot of debris and sediment that has formed below your reservoir. And during the discharge, it rushes to the top. Now, when you're first in line to put that in your car, what it means is you're putting all the sediments, all the debris, all the contaminants into your tank. It gets clogged in the fuel lines, it gets clogged into your pump, and you'd have to be visiting your mechanic more often than you wanted. So maybe it's not the mechanic's fault. Check the bread you're buying. So tip number 3, always run your car with a full tank or at least not below the half tank mark. You need to do this and I'll explain. You remember the principle of vacuum, right? Now, when you use up your fuel, now air quickly fills up that vacuum, and what it does is it reduces your petrol or your diesel's ability to combust. Now your injectors will have to spray in a lot more into the chambers. You'd have to use a lot more fuel eventually. So if you ever thought that by buying fuel in bits and gallons was a very wise decision to make, you might want to move over to the left because it's not. Tip number 4, drop all the unnecessary weights you carry around in your car. Imagine you have to climb up the Brie Mountain with a baby at your back. That would require more energy, right? The same thing you're doing with your car every time you have to carry that hamper from 2017 still in your car. Viewers, remember, the more weight you carry in your car, the more energy it requires to get it to move. So if you have to save, you want to save on fuel, maybe you might want to consider dropping these items at home. Tip number 5, always check your tire pressures, no matter what. Try to do that every 2 days, every 3 days. Take a minute or 2 to check all the tire pressures on all your 4 tires, or even the 5th one as well. Now I'll explain. Ladies, I don't think you'd be comfortable to wear 5 sizes up to a party, would you? Now, when your tire pressures are too low, your tires are flat, your car would require a lot more energy to move. It means it has to take a lot more energy to lift up, to go the same distance. That would require more fuel eventually. So if you're thinking of ways to save, number 5 thing to do is to check your tires, or ladies, your shoes. So I hope you find these 5 tips useful. I look forward to your comments, your suggestions, and please share and follow Shikanik. Thank you.
The wine now will when she see the cash.